Good morning, you guys. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Let me have some coffee first. I'm not sure that I'm ready for this. Okay, so today I'm filming a Q&A about my book, which is really fun because I've been getting a ton of questions, which really excites me because that means that you guys are excited about it and I cannot wait to get the book published for you. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the first question I got is, what is the book about? To keep it short and sweet, it's a collection of poetry that explores the experience of being in your 20s, everything from leaving home to falling in love to breakups to ultimately like finding your purpose. So the second question is, where do you get your inspiration from? And I love this question. I think first and foremost, the music plays a really big role in this particular book. To be totally honest, I was really inspired by Taylor Swift's Folklore and Evermore. Seeing her branch out and stop talking about her personal experiences and jumping to telling other people's stories was really inspiring to me. So a lot of these stories are actually not about my own personal experience. They're stories of who I call my imaginary friends, who are characters that I created. And then of course, like a large majority of these poems come from my own personal experience. So I get my inspiration from the world around me and the shit that I'm going through, just because writing is the way that I process my emotions. I'm not great at like talking to other people about my own issues. And so writing is kind of my only release sometimes. Books and TV. I love anime, as you can see. I have a piece in the book written about Your Lie in April. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It's incredible. So the next question is, why did you decide to write this book? This is such a tough question. I was literally that meme that was like, no one knows that I just wrote a poem in my notes app. Like, I'll insert the meme here if you've never seen it before. I guess like writing has always been a part of my life, but why now did I decide to publish my works? I guess this past year has kind of unlocked something in me that I didn't even know existed. I'm sure everybody can relate to this, but like everyone was feeling trapped, and writing was sort of like the only way that I felt like I could exert control over a situation that completely controlled my life. Literally just one day I decided like, I'm gonna do something for me. I'm gonna do something creative. Over this past year, because of the nature of being isolated, it was a different experience that I had in terms of like when I was gonna write something. Before in college, I would like go to a coffee shop and sit down and force myself to write something interesting. During the pandemic, I was experiencing inspiration. It was like I would get slapped in the face and there was a scene in my head and a character and I immediately knew everything about her and I had to tell her story. The next question is, why poetry? I didn't know that I wrote poetry. I had a professor in college who was really, really kind to me, and she was really nurturing and fostering of my creative side. And I remember I showed her my writing for the first time. I'd never shown anybody except my boyfriend. And she was like, wow, these poems are amazing. And I was like, what'd you say? Poems? What? I always write in the way that my mind has a conversation with myself. So like, it's literally just what my brain sounds like. But poetry is my conversation with myself. It's like my medium, I suppose. It just always felt the most natural. I never knew that that's what I was doing, but I guess that is what's been happening. Okay, question number 5. How do I balance work, life, and the book? This is a good question because I work full time, I'm also getting my master's, and I'm writing a book, and I also have to like hang out with my friends and stuff like that. And I also need time to watch TV because that's like a huge part of my life. So how do I manage all of those things at the same time? Well, I'm actually a real psycho about time management. In fact, I have this huge, giant planner. Actually, let me go get it because you guys need to see this. This has my entire life in it. So every single Monday, I write out everything that I have to do for the week, everything that needs to be due or accomplished, by when, etc. And so then that way I know like how to block out my time really effectively. Everything gets put in my fucking planner, or else I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And that is the life of an OCD control freak who is obsessed with time management. The next question is, when does the book come out? This is a great question. So if everything goes well, my manuscript gets approved by the publisher, then I am on track to publish by December 24th to the 31st, like somewhere in between, like end of December, early January is when you will be able to get the official book. However, let me caveat that and say that if you want to, you can be a part of the pre-sale campaign, which will take place between July 19th and August 20th. This means that you get the book ahead of everybody else. It'll be a signed copy. You get to read the manuscript before it's finished. And that way you guys actually get to give me feedback on the manuscript. So you can get it either through July 19th or August 20th for the pre-sale campaign, or you can wait until December 24th through the 31st to get your hard copy and its official publish and launch date. And then the follow-up question to that is, where can I buy a copy? So this is another good question. You'll be able to buy my book on Amazon or other major retailers like Barnes & Noble. The next question is, what is the title of the book? The working title at the moment is called What I Gave You. And what does that mean? Where does it come from? It has two sides to it. So this is literally all of my emotions, all of my raw thoughts. This is like me bearing my naked soul. It's terrifying. And this is sort of like all I have. This is everything for me that I'm giving to you. And it's also sort of like on the flip side, like what life gave me in terms of like my experiences and what I've gone through and stuff like that. So that's the name of the book. That's where it comes from. Okay, this is a good one. This is the last question. What is my favorite poem? So I'm gonna add like a ... so far because I'm still in the process of writing, and obviously I haven't even submitted my manuscript yet. Let me think about this. Okay, I think that my favorite poems are the ones that are not about myself. Two that I can think of right now are called Halfway to 30 and Rhode Island. Halfway to 30 is actually about this couple named Jack and Janie, and it's sort of like an unrequited love story about two high school sweethearts. One girl who sort of like went her own way to carve her own path in New York, and she's like, she got really successful, but she still misses Jack, and he's like still in her small town, living and working in his dad's business, to sort of taking over like he was supposed to. And so the story is about them just sort of reflecting and being like, they just miss each other, and so you end up like rooting for them and hoping that they get together in the end. Rhode Island is actually about the Breakers, which is in Newport. It's one of the big like Newport mansions there, and it's kind of what I thought like a really cool honeymoon would be, to rent out the Breakers and to just stay there for a week and to like live in utter bliss. So I don't know, there are so many. It's so hard for me to choose. That's like Sophie's choice. That was a really hard question. Thank you for whoever asked that one. Okay, that's all of the questions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was interesting for you guys, and I'm so happy that you guys submitted some questions for me to answer, and I cannot wait to get you guys the book, so mark your calendars. Feel free to comment down below or message me on Instagram at Hi Maddie Kelly. If you want to be a beta reader, I will put you down on the list and make sure that you guys are aware of all the details. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!